Hello, 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 lads, ladettes, and lassies, and welcome back to the final episode of Dr. Stone. Season 3, thankfully, because Season 4 is confirmed. And it was a weird-ish tweet, because it kind of can be either implied that Dr. Stone's anime will be, like, finishing, or Season 4 is going to be the final season. I don't know. I feel like the tweet, maybe there's, like, a mistranslation thing, because if I remember correctly, the tweet said, I don't know, it just implied that Dr. Stone is going to either have a complete anime adaptation or Season 4 will complete the anime adaptation, which I'm hoping it's going to be a complete anime adaptation and that we just don't have one season left. But that's besides the point. Translations aside, we're back. Dr. Stone, Tsukasa, something that completely skipped my mind because... well, honestly, we haven't really thought about him for... I don't think we've heard his name in over, like, the past season, really. Have we? I don't think so. I don't think he's been mentioned. Maybe in, like the very beginning, early on. But, no, Tsukasa is coming back because we have the Medusa. We have the potential. We have the possibility to freeze him and revive him. And, well... if that's the case, that means Tsukasa's going to space. Because that's right, the Y-Man is on the moon. Senku is building his team, himself, Ryusui, Tsukasa, and potentially one more person to go up to the moon and see Y-Man. But that's neither here nor there. That's going to be next season. Let's see how Dr. Stone's finale for Season 3 gets me. Every time Dr. Stone has had like a significant point, like either a midpoint or a finale, it always makes me tear up. Last episode with the fireworks, we saw Ishigami, that, or Byakuya, that made me tear up. I was almost crying. I was on the verge of crying, but yeah, let's see if Dr. Stone can keep the streak going. Even if it doesn't, I'm sure that this is going to be an incredible episode. So let's get right into it, shall we, lads? For one last time until Season 4.
Together they're the Dr. Stone set!
The music always just makes me smile. Yeah.
Let's wake him from that cold sleep and let him thaw.
Finally.
We're gonna need the strength of a primate high schooler.
Goodbye, Season 3 opening. You were one of my favorites. Potentially up there at number 2.
There's no way to test the process out first.
That's true.
Though we called it cold sleep, we really just put Tsukasa on ice.
Captain America did that.
Instincts tell me. Physically, we have the device, but now it's out of juice.
Huh?
It's on battery, Senku? Not really sure. Be great.
Oh, we don't know how it
Just
works, I
breaking it apart and
guess.
analyzing its inner workings, but the light that shone out as a result had about 1.5 meters radius at most.
Ah.
Your eyes must have deceived you.
The petrification light mustn't be used over a whole mountain or any broad area for that matter.
Because it was overextended. Okay, yeah. Damn, so the Dr. Stone device is not gonna last us very long, is it? Man, he got that entire spear thrust through him and he still kicked Hyuga's ass.
Midai, hold on to his hand with all that you've got.
Even the tiniest glimmer of its light should work. Just keep on pressing and squeezing against the Medusa.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to try at least. If I get caught in the device's petrifying light, my wounds and cracks will be fixed right along with Stokes'.
Turning them off and on after their batteries die gives them a spark of life.
I guess. Chrome, what are you doing? We need at least one scientist to say unpetrified.
Effect 1 meter in 1 second.
Now for the fluid.
You didn't need to do it immediately, did you? I mean, you could have just let it wait a little bit. Ian Sinclair, let me hear that beautiful voice of yours.
Oh man, that's one way to tug at the heartstrings. You gonna join in that tension?
It really is a tender sight.
He's huge! Oh my god! The entire opposite of
What's the
Senku.
situation?
But he always stays cool.
We're invading the moon.
Okay.
Well, it's the first time for
Anybody would lose their cool.
Flying to the moon won't be your average trip.
Ah, I missed you, man.
18.
You know I'm too sick of seeing your damn face to revive you otherwise, right?
Oh!
Figured out what's going on.
Oh, that visual is unneeded.
Because you were worried he was gonna spoil in the freezer.
It's like we're witnessing the embodiment of thoughtlessness.
Come on, Ginro, man. Read the room.
Fighter, you could have used my manservant.
Damn! Okay, that's the answer. Alright. Immediately.
Any smack talk I hear from him about killing Senku or something will mean he'll have to answer to Sheriff.
No, yeah, put it away. Put it away.
You fought well.
So now this makes me curious. Tsukasa versus Maz.
I obliterated countless statues, all in the name of creating a world that would honor my ideals.
Dude, will you go over it?
care less about the past. He's on to the next.
We can ruminate on that boring.
It's like the
crap.
author going like, okay, we're going to skip over this,
The
guys.
fate of humanity is at stake now.
Why is Senku the only stylish one?
Okay, he gave it. You know
I
what?
want some war paint.
It looks better already.
I'm back on.
The day that we all remove our war paint will be the day that we triumph over the threat of petrification.
Yeah, that looks cool. I'm doing it.
Okay, so everyone. There we go. Ah, he looks so cool.
Next, we're attacking the moon. Get excited.
We are going to steal the
Build our
moon.
spaceship. We'll need stuff that's 10 billion% not here in Japan, guys. Meaning we'll have
All
to
right.
collect our resources from all over the world.
Beyond the new world.
Exploration party?
Looking back on how things played out, I thought my biggest mistake was reviving you.
Ah, no. That might have been humanity's best savior right there.
What truly matters is bringing the talents.
Man,
of
they've made so much progress since Tsukasa's been on ice.
I don't understand why we're in a rush to leave on another journey when we just got back home.
Ginro, you can stay. You have the complete option to stay.
I'm starting to think Senku doesn't understand the mind of an artisan, or else he'd never suggest such a thing. Right, Kosaki?
He's not the first to be won't be the last. As much as I hate when people say stuff like that, I also love showing them what we're
Ah, yeah, challenge. What do we got here? They made a space observatory?
For our rocket ship, huh?
Whoa.
Some map.
Cool. They made a giant globe.
Drew a line and you pole vaulted over it.
That's so cool.
The cities?
I want the giant robot one. I want them all.
The fire.
Why is there a giant robot?
Plan is to revive people wherever we go.
Okay.
Have those people inhabit the cities we establish.
Okay. All right. Actually, this is really cool. It's like a Civ player. But I gotta know what's with the giant robot. Like that's got my. Okay. A second giant robot. Where's the Gundam? What's with the Gundam? Oh my God. They're the names of the cities.
To treasure. We have unlimited revival fluid at our fingertips.
Man, there's so many ways that season 4 can go. It's a little too sci-fi, man. There's a little too sci-fi. Dial it back. Dial it back.
But I doubt we'll have to deal with any rogue villains. Trust me,
This is your biggest fear.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, great point. No joke. He is way too OP.
We'll circumnavigate
Okay, fair
the
enough.
planet,
It'll
heading
be
east.
fine.
Whoever manages to spot land first, we get a prize of 100,000.
Oh boy, here we go. Here comes the Drago.
A prize?
Uh-oh.
Drago?
For the record, I was prepared to not like you either.
It's useless. Though you may hate me and
This
every
theme?
that won't keep me from loving you.
I love all women, you see.
Riz?
And men! I want everyone!
And men!
It allows humanity to pool all our strength. And when we unite like that, we're at our most
Okay, he's
powerful.
listening.
Am I wrong?
I would think if anyone can convince Tsukasa that, like, money ain't that bad, that capitalism ain't that bad, it would have to be Ryusui.
Anywhere we imagine.
The place we reestablish first
Corn?
will be the city of corn.
Well, I did not need to see the Kingdom of Science as a people of corn.
Which means it's gonna be in the good old USA.
Going to America, baby!
And we don't have to sweat about starving because that grilled corn will keep us from going hungry.
I think Taiji wants some grilled corn. Ah, man, Gino left with them. Dang it.
That's where up.
Is he passed out? Ah, man, I'm so happy for Chrome. This is like his biggest dream.
We're going to outer space.
Ah, man.
Get excited.
He ended it. He ended it the same way as he always does. This is exhilarating. Get excited. Final season confirmed? What? Final season? I guess the tweet was not misread. Okay, interesting. This is either going to be a very long final season or it's going to be a fairly rushed final season. Man. Wait, let me go back. Science future. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, man. You know, I'm over here huffing my copium. I'm like, please just let Dr. Stone be as long as possible. Let it be over 100 episodes, right? Like, let's make some filler episodes to delve into every character. But nope, we're getting that final season, man. I believe next year. I don't think they actually released anything specifically, but I'm going to assume mid 2025. Oof, I hope it's not rushed because I've heard like from manga readers that we're about like a little over halfway. So even if we do get like 24 episodes, it's still not going to be quite a bit. So I hope it's either, well, of course, it's got to be like a full 24 episodes, but I hope that they just let it go for like, I don't know, 40 episodes, or however long, like however many episodes they need. Like they say it's the final season, but it's not going to be like, yeah, the final 24 episodes. It's going to be like just the final stretch of episodes. So however long they need it to be, which they could just pull an Attack on Titan because, like, you know, Dr. Stone just did Dr. Stone season 3 part 1, Dr. Stone season 3 part 2. They could do that too. Like, so Dr. Stone season 4, the final season, part 1. God damn it, I just realized it's season 4 too. We're going to get 2 parts for season 4 of Dr. Stone, along with 2-hour-long specials. Mark my words. It's going to be Attack on Titan all over again. I'm going to stretch this out for years, baby. It's a good episode. It's a great setup episode. It's a great culmination of basically the season that we've had. We've taken Dr. Stone off the table. The Medusa is out of charge, which it is a very OP weapon. And if they want to have any more stakes within the show, it makes sense as to why they took it off the table, because it's just too OP as a weapon and as a healing tool. It makes so much sense that they do, like, oh yeah, it's out of battery. It's out of battery, guys. It's broken. It's out the juice. It's not solar paneled or powered. But what a bummer. But you know, it's out of battery. But it had one inkling left, and it decided to use that inkling for Tsukasa. That's right. It was Dr. Stone itself, the Medusa, that decided when and who to use that inkling for, and it was Tsukasa, my boy. It's good to see him again. I really do like. I feel like it's a very rare instance within media. It's because like you just don't really get a lot of chances to do it. Seeing old enemies come back as new allies. It's just something that doesn't really happen, mostly because like a lot of shows just end when the big antagonist is defeated. Granted, Tsukasa isn't technically the big antagonist of Dr. Stone. He was the big antagonist of the first part, but the Y-Man is the big antagonist of Dr. Stone. So Tsukasa was never meant to be the big bad end goal. But he was a very big antagonist, and he was a very big part of the first half of Dr. Stone. But I just love, I love when media, like TV shows or books, are able to go, hey, look, this is some guy that we were fighting in the earlier parts of the series, and now they're our like strongest ally. I mean, like Avatar, it's a time-old example of it with Zuko. There's not that many examples I can think of. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Let me look at my anime over here. Mob Psycho does it, actually. Mob Psycho does it pretty well. My Hero hasn't done it as far as the anime is concerned. Yeah, there's only a few pieces. There's a handful of pieces out there that have done it, but you know, when you do it right, you do it right, and it feels so cathartic, especially with Senku and Tsukasa. For some reason, like I know relatively to their own lives, they haven't really known each other that long. Like Taiju and Senku are childhood friend. I was speaking and I almost got tricked. I was like, okay, so Taiju and Senku are childhood friends, and as I was speaking, I remembered like this flashback that they had back in episode like 6 of the series, where Tsukasa was imagining himself growing up as Senku's friend, and I was like, wait a minute, were they childhood best friends? I tricked myself for a second with the series' own like weird insert flashback, which was one of the best. I remember like back then, probably a year ago at this point, watching season 1 for the first time, and it was at that not at that exact point, but just like the early parts of season 1 where I didn't know what I was getting into, and I was just like, all right, I'm in. I am so in with this series. I didn't realize how much I would love it. Dr. Stone won a poll. I didn't think it would win that poll. And I started watching it. And I was like, you know what? Okay. I feel it. I love it. All right. I love it. I'm in, and I'm emotionally devastated. All right. Cool. Awesome. It's just that one of those series that, I feel like it's a special series. And I've heard some people that don't like Dr. Stone, which I don't understand, why you wouldn't. I guess if you're like heavily into action, this show isn't like your action show, but you just got to go into it knowing what to expect. And I didn't expect anything. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just knew the basic premise of worlds turn to stone. Man wakes up very many years later. But other than that, I didn't know anything. But yeah, like Senku and Tsukasa, they're an odd case because I feel like relatively they don't know each other that well. It might have been a couple weeks. I don't think it was more than a few months. I don't feel like they've had that long of like a relationship since, but like before Tsukasa went all I'm gonna do population control mode. But I feel like they knew each other for a few days at most, or at least at most a month, maybe. I don't know. I could be lowballing it, but like even though, and like the chemistry within the show, the way the characters bounce off of each other, Tsukasa and Senku, they're meant to be like the opposite side of the coin. Well, I guess Ibara can also be that way too, but like in a different way. But Tsukasa and Senku are okay. No, they're complete opposites. I think Ibara can be a better. It depends. Both Tsukasa and Ibara can be like on the other side of the coin, right? Like Tsukasa is Senku's opposite. Ibara is Senku's mirror. But like Tsukasa is everything that Senku isn't. He's extremely strong. He's a natural born leader. Charisma up the wazoo. And Senku has his own quirks. He's incredibly smart, but that's not to downplay Tsukasa's own intelligence, because Tsukasa is also incredibly smart. But while Senku is more numbers smart, Tsukasa's more people smart. He's a strategist. Senku's a scientist. But yeah, they're like complete opposites, but they gel so well together. Meanwhile, something I'm very excited, and I hope we do get to see, is Ryusui and Tsukasa in season 4. I really want to see some scenes of them together. I hope that's not it. What we got in this episode. I hope that we get to see them actually talk with each other instead of having the whole like he overheard Ryusui talk. Because that'll be some good points of conflict, good points for character. But granted, since this is the final season, maybe we're just not going to have time for that, and we might just be trying to like focus fully on the plot. Man, I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice character for plot, because I feel like Dr. Stone's characters, that's where it's at. Dr. Stone's characters are some of the best I've seen in all of anime. They're some of my favorite characters of all time. It's actually like one of my favorite casts of all time. Not just characters individually, but like the entire cast. It's probably my favorite ensemble cast in all of anime, and like I really hope that we don't sacrifice character for production or plot. But I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, like what's her name? The reporter, like she said, Risui and Tsukasa are like oil and water, and I really would like to see some interactions between the two. I really do like Ryusui though. Much like Tsukasa back in this episode, he's like, I thought that reviving you was the biggest mistake I've made, but I can see that it wasn't. Ryusui, I didn't know if I was going to like him. I wasn't sure if he was going to be a mistake to revive him or not. He's one of the best characters in the show. I mean, every character I can say that about, but Ryusui really stole the show. This season was his season. I mean, he even had a whole OVA. Like from that OVA to the end of the season, it's been his season. He stole every scene he was in. Easily stole every scene he was in. He ate it up, especially with Clifford Chaplin voicing him. And like the way he explained how money isn't, what is it? It's like money isn't something to control people with. It's something to build towards people's dreams. The way he explained it, I'm like, oh man, I get it. It's like how Tsukasa, like I don't agree with Tsukasa, but I get where he's coming from. It's the same with Ryusui, where like I get where he's coming from. The way he talks about it so enthusiastically, so full of passion, so full of life. Like I get it, man. So I really hope to see more of him and Tsukasa interacting in the next season, but we'll have to see. For sure, the main characters of next season, Senku, Gin, and Chrome. I'm gonna say Ryusui. Senku, Gin, and Chrome are usually like the main focus, and then like we cycle through, like the 4 and 5 spots, the 4th and 5th spots, and I'm hoping that it's Ryusui and Tsukasa. Those are two of my favorite characters of the show, so I hope we just get to see them a lot within the last season of the show, however many episodes that does entail. What did I write down? The scar is coming back. Oh man, that was such a good moment. There goes my theory. There goes my theory of like the author got rid of the scars because he's just wanted to stop drawing them. Rats, my theory's gone. Nah, but like I love the scars. Gin especially looked very weird without his cracks. Like that, it's such an iconic crack. He just his face looked naked, and it was just weird to look at. But having them like, you know, having Senku be the motivation. Like, Senku's cracks, they didn't heal. And they're like, oh no, Senku, don't you feel bad? Like, or don't you feel sad that your cracks aren't going to heal? And he's like, nah, it doesn't matter to me. And everyone, again, then Gen comes up with the whole thing of like, all right, guys, let's make these cracks, like, let's make this our battle cry. Let's make this our identity, in the sense of like, when the Y-Man goes down, then we remove these cracks. That's when we know we've won. Such a great moment. And I love how Tsukasa just like stands there. Everyone's like waiting for him, and they're like, well, yeah, everyone did it. He can't not do it now. Such a good moment. And then like another like a great moment was when Tsukasa revived, and like, yeah, that's Tsukasa. He's always so stoic. Nothing gets to him. He's so cool. He always keeps a calm head. And then Senku's like, we're invading the moon. And like, he doesn't freak out, but it's the like I love them together. I love them together, and I can't wait to see more. This season, I don't know where to. I want to say it's one of the strongest seasons of Dr. Stone, but every season is the strongest season of Dr. Stone. Season 1 is amazing. I think season 1 is just perfect. Season 2 is a bit short, but like, it gets the arc done in a very good way. Finishes up in a very like concise way. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't try and drag out the arc. And then season 3 just opened and expanded the world so much. We met new characters, and while we stayed in a single location for way longer than I expected, I didn't feel like it was being dragged at all. I want to say it's one of the stronger seasons, but they're all the stronger seasons. Season 1, I think, is still my favorite, but season 3 and season 2 are so high up there as well. But we had an incredible new villain with, I just said it, why do I always do, with Ibarra. We had an incredible new villain with Ibarra. I was worried that they would try and replace Tsukasa in terms of what his goals were and his identity. I was like, I don't know, I feel like it's too soon to attempt to replace Tsukasa, because his motivation was so complex, and like, I don't know if we can do another villain like this or another antagonist like this without going over the same stuff, like without copying what we had before. But no, they went the complete opposite way. Instead of making Ibarra someone that you can whose point of view you can see, someone who you can empathize with, someone who has a sad backstory, none of that. Ibarra is just a complete scumbag. He's evil, and he has fun being evil. That's like, when you make an evil villain, you gotta make sure that this guy, like, he's hamming it up. He's living it. And Ibarra was definitely living it. This guy was just, he went for it. He had no remorse. Gonna kill a baby. But like, Ibarra was perfect. In like, even though he didn't have like this, like, oh my gosh, like my backstory, both my parents died to like the ruler of this town, so I vowed that I'll take over the town to make sure there's no, like, he didn't have none of that. Didn't need it. He was the perfect mirror to Senku in terms of they were both brilliant. While he wasn't a scientist like Senku, he was a brilliant strategist, and he had like, he was basically just contingency plans, the character, which he used against Senku's science. An incredible final showdown that played to all the show's strengths. We had new characters. Maz was extremely interesting. My entire perspective on Hyuga was changed for the better. This season fired on all cylinders, and that's just this part. Like, I'm not even thinking about part 1 of season 3, which was basically just building the ship. Part 1 of season 3 was just building a ship, and then with a few episodes on the island, or on Treasure Island. But like the best part of Dr. Stone. They can literally just be sitting around building one thing for episodes, and you just don't feel it. This show, it really impresses me with how they're able to pace something that should be really boring. They're able to pace it in a very exciting way with lovable characters, and it really makes you appreciate the world that we live in today, and it makes you see how much you take for granted. I love it. This show is one of my favorites. Man. That's really all I have for this segment of Dr. Stone. Lads on the Patreon, I am so sorry this took me so long to get to. It's been very hectic past few weeks. For you guys watching on YouTube, this comes out a little later. This wasn't affected for the YouTube release because pre-recording and all that. But this episode released very close to Christmas, so I was in that holiday grind. I wanted to react to it before Christmas, but I think I caught COVID. I'm not really sure what it was. I caught something really bad. My parents think it was COVID. I'm not really sure because it didn't hit me. I've had COVID before, and that just wiped me out. This one didn't wipe me that hard, but I was not in a good place to record. I lost my voice because of that, which sucked. And then, I was basically sick for the entire week before Christmas. Still sick, but not as badly during Christmas. I was recovering my voice after that. Then New Year's came, and I've just been helping do like the Christmas New Year's cleanup since. And like, I usually record this in the morning. I'm recording this right now, Sunday night. I felt so bad. I'm like, man, I really want to get Dr. Stone out. And I really want to watch it, but I don't have the time, and I want to be able to watch it where I can make the best possible content for you. I don't want to be speaking like this. And I also, this is a little selfish of me, but I wanted to watch it where I can also enjoy it too. Where I don't want to be like, oh man, yeah, this is great, guys. Yeah, okay, yeah, man, I wish I could go to bed. Like, I wanted to be in a good place to watch it, and I'm so glad that I did wait. Speaking of Patreon, if you didn't know, lads, I offer full-length and early access for all of our content that we do over here on the channel. And while, yes, it is a bit too late to take advantage of the early access for Dr. Stone, seeing as it's ended, you can check out the full length for every single episode right now. Starting from episode 1, you can see my full thoughts on every episode, 22 minutes each episode. Check that out if that's something that interests you. But we also do Patreon comments. And oh boy, do we have a big one from yours truly, Ann Leafdoor. So why don't we just go check that out right now and see what she thought about the finale of Dr. Stone. I wonder how the Master could have known about using the Medusa over a large range having this kind of effect. Would the past Islanders have used the other ones that rained down on them, causing the same effect? This is actually a very good question. There are some questions that I would like to see more of when it comes to the Master and his past. I feel like we didn't really get to touch too much on the Medusa rain and what that meant on the island, because Senku over here was like, we'll use science to solve the rest of this this backstory. I'm like, Senku, you don't need to solve anything, man. The guy was gonna tell you more. So like we found out that he's on the moon, but like we found out why man's on the moon, but like, we are missing a very crucial part of this backstory. And I mean, I feel like there's a lot to talk about here, but the show just Senku just didn't give us the explanation or the answer. I love the depetrification scene. Sure, Senku, you held on because you logically wanted to be healed as well. Skipping ahead, this point goes along with that point about Senku being the only one with his scars still being there is actually really good, even though he says he doesn't give a rat's ass. Almost every main character has been petrified fairly recently at this point, meaning that they've had a round of healing. Senku, meanwhile, has spent the most time in the stone world from all the Moderners, living rough, often in the most dire situations with little support and the strength of a flea. I can't imagine that he doesn't have a fair collection of scars and small issues at this point. Things might have been fairly good recently, outside of him getting stabbed by Ibarra, and he should, after all this time, have recovered from some of the malnutrition from the first year, but I can still imagine a round of healing would have done him some good. Which, to these 2 points, point 1, I love how Senku, like, always masks his emotions. Like, this guy, like, he's not some stone cold, like, yeah, no, I don't have any emotions, I never react to anything. But he also doesn't like sharing them. I touched a little bit about this on the last video. He's very emotionally private, I guess is the best way to say it. He's not emotionally constipated or anything, but like outside of like when he gets vulnerable, he likes being vulnerable privately. We've only seen him do it, I believe, in front of Tsukasa when he was dying, and Kohaku very, very recently, which was a couple episodes ago. Or maybe it was last episode. I'm pretty sure it was last episode. If I'm misremembering or not remembering one point within the series, then go ahead and remind me down below. But I do believe that like the big points where Senku was getting emotional around someone else purposefully was with Tsukasa's death, and that was when, or quote unquote death, when they were freezing him. And that was when Senku was saying, like, hey, you know there was a theory, right, about Mario? Like you could hear it in his voice, and he was starting to get emotional about it. But then again, it was just him and Tsukasa, and Tsukasa was going to be put under ice, and we don't know how long Tsukasa... I think it was just those two. Like, they were just, like, together. They like Tsukasa and Senku were basically just saying their goodbyes in case Tsukasa never woke up, and that like Senku got emotional there. And then last episode with Kohaku, that was Senku, but he was purposely being emotionally vulnerable in the sense of like he was just talking about like, hey, this is the island my dad died on. Like, yeah. Wow, yeah. And I think that was the one time he allowed himself to talk about something like that. With someone else in the room. Every other time, he always says like, "No, guys, I'm fine," or like, "Give me a little bit, guys," and he'll leave, or he'll make sure that he's in private before he starts getting emotional. Even like when he's reunited with Taiju back in season 2, he's like, "Yo, big oaf," you know, it's obvious that he's feeling things, but he doesn't like the classic like, oh, you know, like hugs or like that, put it there, man, like, oh yeah, you know, he's more low key about it. And like when he does get vulnerable, which I believe as the series has gone on, he's becoming, it's part of his character arc. It's kind of like a subtle one. He's allowing himself to become more publicly vulnerable in these situations. But I love that he's like, yeah, like I'll put my hand here for science, guys. I'm totally doing this, and like, you know what? If I get petrified, that's a W too. Or you know what? I'm doing this for me, not Tsukasa. Definitely not for Tsukasa. I'm doing this for healing myself, and I'm not doing this because I want to support. You know, it's fine. It's fine. And then moving on to the second point made here was with Senku's scars and his body, which I didn't even think of. I mean, of course, like, you know, we got the fresh ones that Ibarra did, like, with the poke. But, yeah, Anne brings up an excellent point where Senku has been here for so long. He's technically the oldest stone person in terms of, like, how long he's been around, I believe. And he's been through the ringer. Everything, like, just... I can't imagine what he's been through in that first year. Like Ann said, the malnutrition's probably been fixed at this point, or the malnourishment. I think they're eating pretty good, but there's like Kaseki, right? Kaseki's like, oh, I feel 20 years younger now. It's like, yeah, he had back problems, joint problems, and all that. And Rival Food was able to fix that. That was because of old age, but Senku is probably aching in every single joint possible just because of having to live it out. Like, he had to thug it out rough for like the first year. And his body just wasn't used to that. Like, he wasn't some explorer or anything like that, or like he wasn't in the tip-top shape, or he didn't do anything in the modern world that would have ever prepared him to be here. He was basically just a nerd. So he didn't really have the experience to go, like, his body just he was probably done the first day. He's like, I'm so sore. You know, I know like that we didn't get a scene like that, but you know, like within the first couple of days, he was probably just done. And like his body has just been trying to like keep up with him. And he's probably got scars, bruises, aches everywhere, both internally and externally. And yeah, he definitely could have used a dose of that revival fluid. And while he did kind of technically get petrified, he didn't allow, like, I mean, like, obviously, like he just couldn't get, he wasn't petrified for long enough for it to do any of that healing stuff, because it was instant. Like, as soon as he turned to stone, he started turning back. He started turning back to flesh. I was gonna say human, like, no, wait, that's not how it works. He started turning back to flesh. So he just wasn't given that time to simmer in the stone, which would like really give him that nice healing. I guess, is petrification basically just a spa day? It's a very scary spa day. You go in, and after the process, you come out feeling like a new person, years younger. With all the aches that you felt coming in, they're gone. I guess we found out what petrification is, guys. It's the New World's spa day. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I love the way that Yo technically said he'd protect Senku. Tsukasa would want to kill him again. We have a lot of fighters now. I wonder what that means for next season. Oh boy, yeah, you know what? You are right. We do have a lot of fighters. We have Yo, Tsukasa, Kohaku, Ginro's guy, Kinro. I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of them, but like those are the. I guess Ukyo can technically be counted as a fighter. He's more long range. Magma, Taiju. Shoot, I'm trying to like picture the cast. Nikki. We got a ton of people that are competent at fighting, or if not masters at their craft. Which I don't know if we'll be leaving some in like these new cities as, all right, guys, this is gonna be they establish the city and they leave behind someone to go, all right, guys, this is the guy that's in charge. You answer to them. He's trusted to Senku and all that. So I hope we don't leave anyone behind, but I just wonder, because we can only bring 4 people to the moon, I believe. So we have all these fighters, and the epic climax on the moon isn't going to allow for all of these people to be there to have this big fight. So I wonder what we're building this army for. And then Yo, I feel like he's also come a long way. He's still kind of a scumbag. You know, he's only kind of like big and strong because he has the gun. And I love that even though he does have the gun, he's absolutely terrified of Tsukasa. I mean, Tsukasa fought Ginro's guy, and the Ginro's guy already established himself to be fairly competent in the ways of fighting and stuff, and immediately broke the stick, and the guy just like turned around and bowed. He's like, I see, I concede, which I loved that. It was so fast at how quickly he gave up. Like, he just knew how matched he was. And then Yo over here is with the guns, like, yeah, if he goes after Senku, I'll definitely put him in his place. I'll definitely kill him. Yeah, Yo, keep you know what? At least you believe a little bit in yourself. That's important. But yeah, seeing that fight between the Ginro's new guy and Tsukasa, it makes me think, is Tsukasa technically stronger than Maz? Could Tsukasa win in a fight with Maz? Because Maz was all about like, I'm just raw natural talent, baby. Whereas Tsukasa he's both talent in terms of like, I guess he worked for his body, but like, yeah, he is. I feel like he is a combination of talent and training. I think Maz is gonna get wiped by him. Like, there's no chance that Maz. I don't really feel like there's that big of a chance for Maz to come out on top in that fight, just because like Tsukasa is more trained within the modern world and his fist, whereas Maz is just extremely strong, and he knows his way around a spear. Tsukasa is also extremely strong, and he knows his way with his own, like, his body is his weapon. Whereas, like, Hyoga is nowhere near the physical side of Maz. But when he was able to introduce his modern world's knowledge into the fight, Maz was toasted. But with Hyoga, he needed a special weapon for that. Tsukasa just needs his fist. And speaking of Tsukasa, it'll be fine. I believe him. It'll all be fine. But I do wonder if Tsukasa's ideals will still affect the Kingdom of Science somewhat. Even though he regrets the no longer murders, I can't imagine he completely forgot about his ideals. And then we're going to skip down a little bit to another point that was made. And I love how the possible conflict between Ryusui and Tsukasa was solved. Ryusui was probably very aware of how many people disliked him in the old world for his money and his greed. He's just too sharp. Him and Gen are about on level when it comes to that. This might actually be the first time the people around Ryusui so widely just accepted his greed for what it is. But then, in this stone world, people's greatest qualities tend to shine through. I can't imagine Senku, for example, was very popular in school when he was a kid, for example. Which, I touched on this a little bit, but I am very interested to see more interactions between Ryusui and Tsukasa, because like Gen said, or not Gen, the reporter said, oil and water, right? So while I feel like we've gotten, like, I'm hoping what this, like, overhearing, like Tsukasa overheard Ryusui speak, I'm hoping that this is kind of like, it calms Tsukasa so he doesn't just kill him on the spot. But I do want to see them clash heads, because both their ideologies are very strong and they're also very different. They're basically on the opposite spectrums of each other. So seeing them interact and seeing how they resolve this conflict amongst each other, if they do decide to do that, I think it would be so interesting. And they're just two extremely unique characters that I would love to see interact, and just try and see, like, I just want to see them butt heads and see, like, each of them try and convince the other whose way is better, even though, like, neither of their ways are better. It's just that they both have good points, but together, I think, like, they both have good points, but if you take the best points of each of them and you combine them, it's going to create, like, the perfect thing or something like that. But I would really want to see them, like, discuss and argue, and, like, it could be just, like, it could even be, like, funny bits. I really want to see them go head to head and clash over their ideologies. And speaking of ideologies, Tsukasa's ideology, I wonder how far he's going to go. Like, Magma, for example, hasn't really changed much since season 1. He's gone from wanting to murder Senku and take over Ishigami Village to wanting to murder for Senku and basically just kind of prove himself not to be this waste of space, or not really. He just kind of just wants to, like, be on the front lines. But overall, he hasn't really changed all that much. He still is Magma. He very much acts the same. It's just he's been directed in a new, he's been pointed in a new direction. And he has to grow, and he has grown, of course. Like, season 1 Magma is fairly different from season 3 Magma. But it's not that big of a difference. So I wonder how far Tsukasa is going to be willing to go. Because, like, we've seen where he's like, you know, like, it'll be fine. And then someone said, oh yeah, he's known worldwide. Anyone who crosses him will recognize him, and anyone who doesn't recognize him, they'll learn who he is soon enough. Hyuga stabbed him and nearly killed him. Granted, it was a dirty trick, or he was playing dirty. But even still, Hyuga recognized Tsukasa's strength and was able to trap him to hurt him. I don't think it's going to take a genius to attempt to do that again, or at least gang up on him or do something. Putting too much faith in Tsukasa can be dangerous, but I don't think the show's going to go in a direction where it's going to challenge that. I think that's kind of just going like, all right, guys, this is the explanation for it, so we can get moving with getting to space. Which I don't mind. Ooh, my throat might still be in remission. But I do wonder how far Tsukasa is going to be willing to go. And, are we going to get a scene where he's going to destroy a statue? Like, is he going to find the statue of, like, a guy that's known worldwide to be a scumbag, and is Senku going to try and save that guy? Is there going to be some form of conflict? I don't know. I really hope next season is, like, extremely long in terms of episode count, so we can get all these possibilities, because I don't know how they'll pace it. I've always been surprised with Dr. Stone's pacing, but I just don't know how they'll pace it, and I really hope there's enough to do everything, and they don't rush it. Oh, man. But, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential storylines and conflicts and character moments that we can have with Tsukasa officially on the team, and I'm just so excited to see any potential we can have with that. I do wonder, what do you think would have happened if Tsukasa had never revived Gen? Oh, boy. So much would have changed. I feel like Gen has become an extremely prominent character within the show. And I gotta say, like, when we first met Gen, back, like, halfway through season 1 or something like that, I thought he was going to be kind of a very small antagonist in the terms of, we're going to defeat him really quickly. It's going to be, like, some kind of witty thing, and then that's it. I think I did get got when they did his, like, fake death. I think I was like, whoa, they just killed Gen. No, what? But, like, it was revealed that, like, no, he wasn't dead. It was a fake out for the cliffhanger next episode. But Gen has done so much with so little. He's an expert manipulator, and he's been able... Like, his silver tongue has done wonders. Even if, like, not everything works. Like, his silver tongue couldn't get Nikki on their side, but it did buy them enough time. And it did buy Nikki's curiosity as well. Like, the plan to trick Tsukasa's army into believing that America was around, while it didn't, like, work 100%, it did buy them some precious moments. And then he's also just, like, a really good friend towards everyone, too. So, like, a lot of the relationship would have changed. Of course, the Kingdom of Science would have lost their hardest manual laborer as well. But, yeah, the series would have changed so much if Gen had never been revived. Because, I mean, like, he also betrayed Tsukasa. He was an inside man for a little bit, too. Like, there's so much that would have changed that it would have just been a completely different show. And... I mean, like, I've said this for a lot of characters, but Gen is one of my favorite characters of the show just because he's so unique and he has such a strong personality. He's really... Like, every character in Dr. Stone's amazing, but Gen is extremely important as well. I mean, like, he flattered Maz into not wanting to kill everyone in the very moment that he met them all. So, like, yeah, if Gen... At the very least, if... Senku and crew were able to get to season 3, Maz would have just killed them all without getting there. So, like, there we go. Like, everyone's lives have been saved at least once in recent memory by Gen. I have a feeling the OST this episode was a glimpse into the next seasons. Oh boy, I wish. Dr. Stone's OST has never disappointed, and with Ryusui, we got, like, his own special theme. It was more adventure-y. Over the first season and the first 2 seasons, I feel like it's been kind of dipping into more like fantasy with some rap in there. Now I'm looking forward to like the classic Dr. Stone fantasy vibes along with some sci-fi mixed in there. Dr. Stone's OST has been one of the best OSTs of all anime, in my opinion. So I really cannot wait to see what they do when they have the moon and space at their disposal for inspiration to go hard on some of those instrumentals. And suddenly reviving the entire world, or at least everyone who's still whole, within Senku's lifetime seems a whole lot more realistic. Go to a place and get a huge amount of ingredients for the revival fluid. Then wake up people on location so they can keep producing more and those ingredients, and they also keep exponentially waking up other people. Then the Kingdom of Science can move on to the next location and wake some people up there, connect them to the revival fluid supply chain, and then they can also start waking up everyone they can around them and set them to work. Rinse and repeat. It'll only take a couple of years to have a huge amount of people awake and reviving others all over the world. And that ignores the amount of people that'll be working on the rocket project with a plan like that. 2 huge birds and 1 stone. Man, the plan makes so much more sense, and it's crazy to think that we've gotten here. I know that you left a comment. I can't find it. Let me scroll up real fast to make sure it's not here. Yeah, I forgot what episode it was left under, but you had left a comment of the timeline of Dr. Stone, and it in just a few years, Senku has gone from waking up naked in the middle of the jungle, literally nothing at his disposal, and now he's at the point where the world is at his fingertips. He can his goal is about to come true in terms of reviving the world. It's so possible. It's within his grasp, and that's crazy. And just to think, like, a few years, so much has changed, and it makes me wonder. As a non-manga reader, I don't know if season 4, if the manga has a time skip, or if we'll be doing a time skip in order to like get to a point where season 4 can be adapted and finish the series. I don't know. I do not want a time skip. I want to continue watching Senku and crew build from now. It's kind of like a civilization game now, and I really want to be there for like every step of the way, or at least like as many steps as possible, because we've had time skips before. Like, you know, like the boat took so long to make, and they're like, all right guys, we finished the boat, or like the car and all that. Like, we've had time skips, but never to like rush to the development of the story. So I really hope that we're able to see the most important parts of like them building these civilizations. Like, you know, once they build one civilization, they can start skipping around and going like, okay, we built 4 more, or something like that. But I want to be there for them to build that first one. I really want to see how they do it and how that goes. I want to see the journey, the complications, the bickering, the banter. I want to see all of it, and I hope that season 4 has enough episodes in time to like really dig into that and dig into that meat that this Dr. Stone has so much, like, it's so much potential to go into now. But man, yeah, I could not have imagined that so quickly reviving the world is like so possible. Oh man, this show. I can never predict. Like, I feel like sometimes I can predict shows in the terms of like, okay, they're going to do this, they're going to do this is where this season's going. But Dr. Stone, I can't tell you where it's going to go, or at least I can't tell you how they're going to get there, and like with the pacing of it. They just have so much fun with this show and the premise and all their characters that so much is able to go by so quickly, and you just never feel it go. You just don't feel it go by. Awesome that the next season is announced, but does it have to be the finale? I love that you also made the Attack on Titan reference / joke. Man, I kind of hope that they go for it, because they're both going to be season 4s. So if they drag out their season 4s into like 4 parts, like if both of them do it, granted, I think Dr. Stone can make more episodes, because like what, season 4 of Attack on Titan did like, I want to say close to 30 episodes, including the specials. 16 part 1, 12 part 2, 28. So I had 28 normal length episodes along with 2-hour-long specials. I believe. It's about 30 episodes, so like 34-ish episodes. I feel like Dr. Stone could easily get away with 50 episodes, just like the scope and the characters that they have. And you even say like it should at least be 50 episodes. But and then you agree, just another 22 won't be enough by far. Which, from what I've heard from manga readers, like we're halfway through, maybe a little bit more than halfway through. Yeah, I really do not want this to be rushed. I cannot state just how sad that would be, because Dr. Stone, I mean, like, it would be motivation to read the manga, and I am going to read the manga once the show's finished. I might, instead of rewatching the show, I might just read up to the point where the show left off. I tend to do that sometimes because I prefer to watch things. I prefer to experience things by watching them, and then reading like the manga, the source material after. It's just the way that I read, because like I like reading, like knowing the characters' voices. Yeah, I don't know. It's just me. It's a me thing, but I'm really tempted to, like, once season 4 gets closer, instead of rewatching all of Dr. Stone, I'm really tempted to read the manga and just stop, like, where this point is, just stop cold turkey and go, all right, time to wait for season 4. I'm tempted to do that with My Hero Academia. Everyone's been telling me to read the manga. I'm just like, guys, I like the anime. I want to watch the anime, but I can't just, like, when season 7, wow, when season 7 is getting closer, I might just start reading the manga. But man, that was Dr. Stone, lads, and lassies. So if you enjoyed this episode of Dr. Stone, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yes, subscribe, because eventually we're going to get to that final season of Dr. Stone. And who knows, maybe we'll be making Attack on Titan style references and jokes in Dr. Stone because they just refuse to let it end. We'll be on Dr. Stone, the final season, part 7. But no, I'm really interested to see how they'll pace the final season. More news will come, I'm sure, throughout this year, and I hope it comes soon. I'm going to, like I said, I assume a 2025 release, probably mid-2025. I hope we don't have to wait like another 2 or 3 years. But as long as they're cooking, as long as they're making a product that's releasable and that's ready, and all the waiting in the world is fine. But yeah, I do hope that we get to see it sooner rather than later. If you're new to the channel and you saw this reaction, then you might be wondering, so what's going to take over Dr. Stone's time slot? Well, lads, over on Patreon, you already have seen what's taken over the Dr. Stone time slot. That's right, the Apothecary Diaries. We had a patron, Ann Leafdoor, I'm sure you can all assume. She asked if I was watching the Apothecary Diaries and if I would be interested in reacting to it. So I have, and well, I had already seen the first 5 episodes, so it's kind of a rewatch for me. And then, like, after episode 5, it's reactions. But I'm doing it with a twist, and you can see that twist right now over on Patreon, or you could just wait one more week on YouTube. Monday, Apothecary Diaries will drop, and you can check that out on your own time for free on YouTube, and you can just check it out on Patreon as well if you are impatient, because on Patreon, by the time this releases, I hope that we are caught up to the Apothecary dub, and it'll be like 9 or 10 episodes ahead of the YouTube release. But yeah, you can do a gigantic Apothecary Diary binge. I'm also hoping to do some more solo reaction content as well. Patreon exclusive for the time being. It's not gonna stay on Patreon. Eventually it'll all drop on YouTube. But with the way I want to do things, I want to build a catalog of shows before I start releasing them on YouTube, because I don't want to feel like I'm rushed. I don't want to feel like I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna meet this deadline because I started writing again. And I feel like I've really gotten into this really good how do I say it? like this really good pace when it comes to my writing. So I don't want to stop making YouTube content, but I also don't want to sacrifice my writing. So I'm trying to meet a balance here. But yeah, a couple of the shows that I'm going to be watching that will be on Patreon, and like the reason why I'm saying they're going to be on Patreon for the time being and released on YouTube is because they're going to just be sporadically dropping on Patreon. As in, like, as I edit them, they'll be dropping on Patreon, and then like once I have a good enough backlog, they'll be dropping on YouTube. Backlog in the sense of like I'm not going to feel like, oh no, I'm not going to make the YouTube deadline. I'll be dropping them on YouTube. But Made in Abyss is back. I have finished the entire series, and you can check it out on Patreon right now. A majority of it is already up on Patreon, with the rest of it coming up very soon. After Made in Abyss, I am planning on watching Erased, Talentless Nana, and 86. Why in that order? It's shortest to longest. Erased is 12 episodes, Talentless Nana is 13 episodes, and 86 is 24 episodes, all of which I've heard very great things about, and I'm very excited to go into all of them. No promise as to when they will all release over on Patreon, but I am planning on watching all 3 of them, and then I have a couple more shows after. Yes, I have so many shows that I want to watch, but I do have a couple more shows after that, and the only reason I'm saving those is because they're much longer. Yes, longer than 24 episodes. So you can guess what I'll be watching. In the comments down below, you can take your guess, and maybe I'll confirm, maybe I'll deny, who knows. But yeah, before I leave, lads, over on Patreon and on YouTube if you want, we are entering a new season of anime, Winter 2024, and that means new shows. So all the animes I listed that I will be watching, they're oldies, right? They're oldies but goodies. But you know, you kind of want to jump on the trends. You want to be on top of things, so you can get those fresh clicks. You know, people are like, oh, I'm interested in this show, so I wonder if anyone's reacting to it now. So let us know down in the comments below. Is there a show in Winter 2024 that you would be interested in me reacting to and watching on the channel? Let me know down below, and maybe I'll pick it up for you all. But if not, that's fine. I'll just go on and enjoy watching the winter shows on my own. But yeah, if there's anything that you're interested in me checking out, like the Apothecary Diaries, it's not something that I would have thought like, oh yeah, I'm going to react to that. I watched the first episode and like, oh, this is going to be a chill one to watch. And then all of a sudden now I'm watching it for the channel, and I'm having a great time doing it. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below if there's anything for the Winter 2024 catalog that you're interested in me checking out for YouTube and or Patreon, and I'll think about it. But yes, until then, lads, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for joining me in this magnificent journey that was Dr. Stone Season 3. I've had so much fun doing this series, and I cannot wait for Season 4. I hope you all, lads, enjoyed, and I hope you all stick around, because things are just getting started. That's right. This is exhilarating, lads. Get excited.